Oh, hold on, let me just get things up. Oh wait, you can see what I'm. Let me just do this. Did I? Hello! Hey Deadpool, we are talking about the Nintendo Direct today. Because it happened today. Hello everybody, I am Hot Blad. Welcome to this really impromptu stream where we're going to be discussing the latest Nintendo Direct that happened today. I didn't really feel like playing anything. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Wait, the Nintendo Direct happened today. This is the last Direct for the Switch 1 before the big Switch 2 presentation happening next week. And I have a lot to say. I'm going to skip over the games that I don't personally... I'm mostly going to be jumping around talking about the games that I personally have an interest in, and if someone in chat wants to point out a game, I can show that off. But anyway, here we go. This is I personally think this is a good Direct. There are a few games that I'm pretty sure people won't care about here. But anyway, let's just go. And this is how it opens. I'm just good with the tray. This is how it opens with basically a game that has been teased for a while. Dragon Quest. You can this is obviously Dragon Quest. You can hear the music. I'm just gonna let the trailer play, and then I'll pause the video and start chatting. It's not Dragon. It's not the Dragon Quest. It's not Dragon Quest Cross the Pokemon. It's literally Dragon Quest 2 and 3. It's literally Dragon Quest 2 and 3 being remade. And you have this elf. We have this lady. I think they mentioned she's a new character. I am not familiar with Dragon Quest at all, but I'm happy Square Enix is actually going back to the roots with turn-based RPGs between So yeah, I am not familiar with Dragon Quest at all.
Everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi.
Here's our Takahashi. I have to pause it for a second. I'm not familiar with Dragon. I know, but I heard the good object. Oh boy. Yeah. Personally, I have no experience with Dragon Quest. I am just happy that Square Enix is going back to the roots of RPGs. Going back to the roots. Like, this is, like, Square, this is what people have wanted for a long time. I'm convinced that the shift of Final Fantasy slowly into, like, a more action-oriented series would have been received a lot better if Square just didn't try and abandon turn-based RPGs altogether. Especially after 13.
Your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. Today, we'll be providing information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
Turn-based story engagement with Final Fantasy. Yeah. Square kind of lost their way after Final Fantasy 14. Like, when they saw that we could just not put any effort into the story and make everything action based, and people will like it. Even though Final Fantasy 14 story, all Final Fantasy 13 story was dog shit. They try to salvage what they can of 13's role in 13-2 in the sequels, but it still doesn't change the fact that 13 is, both from a gameplay and a story perspective, 13 is just bad. And I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to milk 14 when it was at the time the most universally panned Final Fantasy game, most universally panned. Yeah, I don't understand why Square milked 14 as hard as they did, considering at the time it was the most universally panned Final Fantasy game by both fans and critics. For both a mediocre gameplay and a god-awful story. That makes no sense. And requires you to look up key terms in an in-game glossary to understand what the hell is going on. That is a writing fail. That is a massive writing fail. I'm still not over that. Why did they think that was a good idea? It's like the writers knew their story was confusing in a bad way, but instead of trying to go back and revise things to make it more clear, they just decided to take the lazy route and shove everything in glossary because we're so proud of what we wrote. We don't have to do a rewrite. I'm sorry, that just annoys me. That just annoys me. That when writers just take the easy, lazy way out of quote unquote fixing the mistakes instead of doing the work to try and like rewrite the story and make it work, and maybe cut some concepts that aren't working. I'm gonna stop there.
Also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. Like hope.
So please tune in.
I'm just gonna say this right now, not hope, Lightning. All that I say about this is that Lightning is a bland protagonist and a badly written character. Actually, no, wait, no. 8 million fans are rewriting it, Indies doing big. Yep, what should have been embarrassing. I actually want someone to take the core concepts that were in 14, rework them, and make an original game out of it. There are some ideas in 14 that are really cool, that the game itself just drops the ball on them really hard. Like, the concept of a Rasee. The concept of a Rasee, like, a Rasee being like the servant of this cosmic being that has a mission they have to fulfill. Otherwise they turn into a mindless monster. That's a good concept that the game just does nothing with. Outside of an arbitrary ticking clock that just ticks by whenever the plot needs it to. Yeah, like I'm going to stop before this becomes a Final Fantasy 13 rant because I can't. There's so many writing problems. I could just go on about the writing problems, not the gameplay, the writing problems of 13 alone, because there's so many, and they pile up so hard, and they pile up so fast and so hard that you can't even enjoy. That you can't even enjoy what little depth the gameplay actually has. The story in 14 is that bad.
For that as well. What you just
we have
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 1. And now we have try and guess what this is. Based on this preview shot. Just try and guess what this is. Cause it's from a very obscure franchise from a very niche creator that you're probably not going to get.
Dire Straits.
X. Type in the code. Typing in code. Oh no! What are you going to oxygen? Hi, Max. Well, I'm just discussing the Nintendo Direct that happened today.
The Somnium Files series is stirring.
Yep, we are getting a new AI The Somnium Files game. I am not familiar with this franchise, but this looks like a mindfuck and a half. Like I have
with a sophisticated AI called
I mean, just to preface it, I've only watched Let's Plays of these games. I have no idea who any of these characters are. And I didn't understand what was going on in the Let's Plays. Ever. Like,
embedded in his left eye.
once again, I'm just gonna start up and Let's Play real quick.
Is to track down Iris, an internet idol who has been trapped in a mysterious escape game.
Sorry, that's my phone.
Conduct interviews to investigate Iris's whereabouts. Dive into a subject's dreams to reveal clues.
I have no idea what Echo Knights is. But guys, if you don't, did you know this is the third game in a franchise called AI The Somnium Files about a detective who is investigating a series of strange murders. And the main gimmick is something called is a device that he uses to dive into people's psyches and extract evidence from their subconscious.
Psyche and solve mind-bending puzzles.
And this looks. I have no idea what to make of this.
Everything you learn will bring you one.
For context, this is from the same creator as Zero Escape. That's to tell you immediately what kind of game this is if you're familiar at all with Zero Escape. Same guy who did all of these.
Step closer to the truth. Uncover what's hidden in reality and dreams to rescue Iris.
This isn't. Let me go back.
Step closer to the truth.
Yeah, the second Yep. The Zero Escape guy, like, that character of Zero Escape, he has a thing for, like, sexualizing female characters, like a lot of his female characters.
Hidden in reality and dreams to rescue Iris.
I don't know why he's in a bunny suit.
No sleep for Kaname Date.
I swear, if this game actually explains why he's in a bunny suit, like, here's the thing. This is the kind of game, this is the kind of creator that's insane enough to make Iris being in a bunny suit actually critical to the plot. I'm not kidding. This is the kind of insanity we're dealing with. This is one of those creators. Like, this is.
From The Somnium Files launches on the Nintendo Switch system July 25th.
Oh, and now next, Deadpool.
Unleash the supernatural.
Hey, Deadpool, I want to know. I legitimately want to know, when you saw this announced, anyway, I really, I want to know, as soon as you saw this trailer, what was your reaction? Like, what was your, this is, because this is such an obscure SMT spin-off. This is such a massively obscure SMT spin-off that I thought would never get any kind of remake or remaster.
Graphics and enhanced gameplay.
This is...
Set in the capital city in the year Taisho 20.
I know about this game, but I've never played it because it was only on the PS2.
Unbeknownst to others, he also fights alongside demons as a devil summoner.
To
protect the capital,
this is such a massively obscure SMT spin-off.
Fight in real-time battles alongside
Like,
demons
who even...
summon. Work with your demons to strike an enemy.
Like, I legitimately want to know. Who... There's probably a lot of people who didn't even know this game existed that now know this game exists because it's getting a remake. Like, yeah, it's you can tell it's a remake. It doesn't. This doesn't look like a PS2 game. But what I can tell, it's actually being as faithful as possible to like the original art style, like to the original designs of the demons and the original art style.
Then follow up with a powerful attack.
And it's also very different from usual SMT.
You can even turn opposing demons into allies. Demons can also...
This battle theme goes hard, by the way. This battle theme goes way too hard. I might actually get this remake, honestly, because it seems like a really unique take on SMT. Because here's the thing, I've watched playthroughs as SMT, and I don't think I would really jive well with the plus turn battle system. I think plus turn I would find more frustrating than fun. But this more action based style, this is like more my and the fact that your demons actually have actually interact in the field, that's also up my alley. So I might get this for just like its more different take on SMT gameplay, and the fact that your demons actually, and also the fact your demons are actually doing something instead of actually doing something outside of battle. That was always the thing of SMT. It's like you're supposed to be like a demon table, yet your demons don't really do anything outside of battle, and it feels like a waste of. It's like, let me use my demons to, mess with people or interact with the world in some way. And this is basically what I would want an SMT game to do. Not just the action stuff, but like having the demons like help you advance the plot or do side quests. And this city looks huge, by the way. I got the whips on the quintessence for White House versus Key. Wow. So you're really happy this remake exists, so more people can actually play this. I think it's a remake of the first game.
Guide Rido through a series of
I know those two Rido games. Okay, it is a remake of the first game. I love the main character's design. And once again, Atlas killing it with both the music and the character designs, because wow, they are good at that.
Nintendo Switch, June 19. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I also know vaguely that Wido is like, this is gonna be. I think Wido is like the precursor to Persona. I think. There's no two games that fixed. Yeah, but that makes sense. It was a PS2 game. Most PS2 games at that time had fixed camera angles. So that's just a limitation of the medium. I'm also gonna have this.
Consume darkness.
I'll let you finish your thought, but I know it's Wheel Time. I know it's like some kind of like precursor to Persona. Leads into Persona. The SMT of the timeline is like really messed up and confusing. Because I saw a graph of it once and it's like, what am I looking at? What is this? This is so confusing. Because it just... Anyway, moving on. We have this.
With your memories gone, you have been
Which I don't
summoned to a
know.
strange, unfamiliar world. Where your
So, for context. This game is based on a short from a series on Amazon Prime called I think Next Level, which is an anthology of a bunch of video game related short films. This is the one for Pac-Man, and the only thing you have reference to Pac-Man is this guy who actually vaguely looks like Pac-Man.
But who is this spiritual
Like-
stranger, moored in a mysterious, maze-like world? Your
Like, this
battle
is-
for survival begins.
I'm just gonna let this because I have no words to say. I'm just gonna let the because I have no words to say
The
for this.
expansive world. By examining your surroundings, you can phase shift and combine with Puck to explore areas you couldn't reach before. But tread lightly. The creatures inhabiting this world will prove hostile. When facing imposing enemies, you and Puck can temporarily fuse into the Gaia form to unleash powerful attacks.
Like, what is this?
By
What is it?
consuming your prey, you'll collect resources that can then be used
This is
to
so
enhance
weird.
your abilities.
Like, what? What am I looking at?
Work to uncover Puck's true goal. And devour
Every DLD give SATP Persona and Devil Server the main best for right on after another Persona 20 Devil Server. Yeah. What? Oh, that is really good. What? That is. That is really, yeah. SMT War is really weird and confusing. Anyway, that's.
enemies to survive this cruel world.
I'm not giving trying to comprehend that right now.
Shadow Labyrinth
So yeah, we have Shadow Labyrinth, Pac-Man, Edgy Pac-Man, and Dark Souls Metroidvania like thing. What's that say? That's probably what happened. You could use Pac-Man. It feels like they just. Why? The most surprising thing is that this game actually looks good. Like, this game looks like it looks better than it should have any right to of such a flaky kind of dumb concept. Like, Edgy Pac-Man, Metroidvania. Okay. Why does this look good? This feels like it shouldn't look at all. I don't get it.
on Nintendo Switch, July 18th.
Oh, we have
Rhythmic
a
march
lot of
begins.
people are probably happy about this. Patapon, remasters of Patapon 1 and 2.
Drumming onto Nintendo Switch adds one
A lot of people are probably happy about this.
drum to the beat and give different
Patapon.
commands to the Patapon army. For example, Patapon advances them forward.
I get that it's like someone hits a buster.
Pawn, Patapon.
Like, I get it. It's like it's someone hits a buster with the game, and the game kind of is a hope. I love your analogies, Deadpool. I love your analogies.
Has them attack.
I bet Then focus.
And if you string together
I have
most
never.
with good timing, the pack
I have never.
adds
This
a
looks
fever
really
and a
charming.
big boost
I
in
think
power.
this was a PSP game, like Patapon. Patapon.
Horse riding Kibapon to the shield savvy Tatepon. Build up your battalion to take on
Like-
hordes of fierce foes.
This looks really charming, honest, and goofy and charming.
Plus, new features have been added, so you can advance to the beat of your own drum.
I think this was a PSP game. I think they Patapon PS4. Oh, oh. It's probably because he was thinking those no play this game was gonna get a remaster, and then it got a remaster. The same thing happened to my friend of Xenoblade X. He bought a used Wii U copy of Xenoblade X, thinking that it would never get a port, and then literally a week later, the port was announced, and he was like, "Fuck!" It was really funny, just hearing him going, I bought this game thinking it was never going to get a port because I love Xenoblade, and now it was really like, it's like the industry like loves trolling us sometimes. It's like, this is never gonna happen. It happens. Yeah!
Plus 2 launches on Nintendo Switch.
Now I have two
July
games.
11th.
Patapon 1 and 2. Story of Seasons. It's just another farming sim. But so does a Story of Seasons. It's just another farming simulator. I'm sure some people are happy about Story of Seasons, but I don't really care about. Then we have like this is the big one. We fight. Really rough Seasons game. But I have no interest in because it's just another farming simulator. And I don't have any. Finally, more information on Metroid Prime 4. Finally, more information on Metroid Prime 4. This game looks amazing, by the way. Like, look at this. Like,
This is the unknown planet Viewer.
I can't tell if this is Switch 1 or Switch 2 footage.
Samus
I honestly cannot tell. It could be either. Of course they are. Of course they are. Look at how good this looks.
Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Like, just look at this. This is gonna be very Prime 1 vibes.
She's not.
This is a good thing, by the way.
Horned alien creatures living in the jungle.
I think they like will copy anything off like Prime 1 than like the other Prime games. Yeah, it's basically. Yep, it's Prime. It's Metroid Prime. I'm really happy this actually looks as good as it is.
As she explores the planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers.
Can Samus stop having having her body fucked with? Like, she's part Chozo, she's part Metroid. Now she has psychic powers. Can she please stop getting we even get introduction to the season? The season's game release. Yeah, it does.
Psychic.
But to be fair, it's two different. Seasons is going for like a more cartoony look, cartoony chill vibe. This is going for more sci-fi and realistic style. But yeah, Seasons doesn't look good, even for like a more chill cartoony style. This actually looks polished and like the designers knew what they were going for.
These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms.
And also this gimmick.
The doors.
I'm really wondering how this is going to look. And also the fan out's gonna be done.
Her beams,
this is a cool ability. Like the fact you can check, like manipulate where your shot is going.
Why were these powers bestowed upon us?
Like yeah, I actually like a preview of it. I am betting Metroid Prime 4 is a cross-gen title. That's right, how fun they can take baths. That's too much fun. Oh, I hate that that's accurate. I hate that that's accurate. But anyways, I say, I am betting that Metroid Prime 4 is a launch title for Switch 2, and that's also releasing on Switch 1. Like how they did Breath of the Wild. I am betting that's what they're doing. Because it worked the first time, why wouldn't it work the second time? Especially for such a high... It would be a really good movie that's considering this Metroid Prime 4 was literally one of Nintendo's most hyped games ever. And we're finally getting it after being in development hell for so long. We welcome you. We welcome you. This is so cool looking.
And what will be her fate?
Metroid!
To viewers.
Yeah, what did the Metroid was like being fused into the monster?
A new tale.
Yeah, 2025. We still don't have a release date. Which is a shame. Chosen one. I know, new suit! We have Wed Samus. I'm not kidding, it's actually Wed. This suit looks so cool. That suit looks so cool.
It looks like even more challenges await Samus. We hope you're looking forward to exploring with Samus's new psychic abilities. Okay, let's move on to some more headlines.
More headlines! Sorry.
Ready to stir up.
Oh, this is actually... We have this, basically...
There was a drab coffee shop that transformed into a magical...
Basically, you're interacting with Disney villains. And a postage shop. That's what this is. That's what this is. You're interacting with Disney villains.
As the newest potionista,
I have nothing more to say about this. It's really what it says on the tin.
concoctions for Disney villains.
Skip this.
Summon a spellbinding adventure.
That's literally what the game is. And also we have this. I love this art style.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where students strive to master the
It's
magical
from-
arts.
The best way I can describe this game is
Fly on brooms.
basically Stardew Valley, but you want a wizard school.
Training to skilled
That's what this is. It's a Stardew Valley, but you want a wizard school. It's giving me.
plenty to do outside of
This
class.
gives me. This gives me Ghibli vibes. This gives me Ghibli vibes. Strong Studio Ghibli vibes. If I like the art style and everything.
Or use the spells you've learned to craft.
So you can't, but let's make coffee talk. Mommy, I'm talking about points to the Disney game.
Players can make magic together.
Oh, again, accurate.
Explore this.
They probably aped from Coffee Talk. It's really Coffee Talk inspired. And again,
Are you ready for a spellbinding?
the best way I can describe like this game that's being shown off is basically Stardew Valley, but you're in a wizard school. That's basically what this is. I do love the art style.
Enrollment begins when Witchbrook flies.
And it's Chuckle Fist, so I have high hope. So it's probably gonna be good.
Action, adventure, and arcade games await.
And also this is
Set off on a fantastical mission
this.
to eliminate a mysterious deity. In this hand-drawn platforming adventure, you'll explore an expansive archipelago.
this game actually looks good.
nightmares and
Like this game. Basically they took like a symbol style to Cuphead and made it Metroid and made like a platformer out of it.
collide.
And it looks.
Upgrade your trusty cane with magical parts.
This actually looks really cool. Like and also DuckTales.
The enchanting world.
This actually looks really cool.
Secrets
And I might get
the
this.
holds.
Because just from the alt style, like look at this.
Launches on Nintendo
This is
Switch
such a
this holiday.
gorgeous alt style to look at.
Celebrate the
And also
40th
Galaga.
anniversary of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot 'em
Oh,
up
that got Gladius.
games from across the series.
Basically a bunch of basically a bunch of Gladius games in a collection. That's all you need to know about this. It's just a bunch of Gladius. I love that the Kickstarter sold the sketches. Oh, did you support that Kickstarter? For like the Eternal Life of Goldman? I just love seeing someone inspired by Cuphead's success enough to do a game in that style as well, in a different genre. It looks really good. Like nobody saw. Now I kind of want to see those sketches. Now I kind of want to see those sketches because the art style is gorgeous to look at.
Yes.
But also, yeah, all you need about it's a bunch of Gradius games. That's not really important. Yeah, it's just a bunch of Gradius games in the collection, and also we're getting Rift of the Necrodancer.
Corresponding buttons in each lane to fight monsters in
Yeah, it's basically it's Rift of the it's Cryptid the next Necrodancer, but it's a Rift of game. That's all this is.
rhythm-based
And also, there's something funny.
cadence going with epic boss battles, quirky minigames, remixed
And also, yeah, Rift having minigames. It really is. It also 86% new game.
musical
Yep.
mayhem awaits in the
Gradius fans are happy.
paid DLC. And be on the lookout
Yep.
for
This game is getting Celeste and Pizzatello DLC as like song packs.
more
Which I was not
DLC in the
expecting.
future. Rift of the Necrodancer launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Like Shadow Dropping section, it's not that part.
Let's see what's in store.
Oh, we have Tamagotchi. I don't. Tamagotchi.
Welcome
Pause.
to Tamago.
I actually have nothing to say about this one. I intensely picture Mr. Bonesaw for the Necrodancer. Oh my god. Yeah, also Tamagotchi. I have never had any interest in Tamagotchis. Like, what was the appeal of Tamagotchis? I don't get it. Like, I don't get what the appeal of Tamagotchis was. Like, I really have nothing to say about this one. It's just... It's a minigame collection. And I guess you explore a town. What I don't like is how cheaply made this looks. Yeah, this looks like real. This looks like. Like Star Movies one way or the other. Yep, that's the same with me with this game. It's like. I have no interest in Tamagotchi, and this just looks really cheaply made. So I'm just gonna skip to the next announcement. Oh, this is a big shock for me. Like, Pokemon never usually appeals at the Nintendo Directs. They usually save for like their own presentations. So having more Legends ZA trailer in this Direct was kind of shocking. That actually give us this actually gives us a better look at what the game is going to be like than the Pokemon Day trailer did. So I'm just gonna let the trailer play. Like, this actually gives us a much better look at what this game actually is going to be. Like, I'm shocked this was in here.
Welcome to Pokemon Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokemon series. You'll begin your adventure by choosing one of 3 partner Pokemon.
Yeah, we already saw this.
The setting is this metropolis. That also
I know, we already know.
And Pokemon War games.
I'm just gonna skip what we already know. Because Boobiel City, Wild Zones, there's an SBR, there's the MGS and Arcade Battle, but yeah, you can see you can see where they kind of reused assets from Legends Arceus a little bit. I mean, I don't think it detracts from anything. At least.
These areas are special environments where wild Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city.
But we have Wild Zones in actual gameplay.
You can catch Pokemon here.
And now, confirmation that London-style catching is still here, which is good.
But they might be hostile. If you
And also,
get to safety.
you can just run away if a Pokemon tries to attack you.
That live outside wild zones too.
And also, big thing for this game that actually released some of my rules.
Get to safety.
Oh, why don't you?
There are Pokemon that live outside wild zones too.
There are Pokemon that can. Pokemon also outside of the wild zones. This is a good thing because if you restricted the catchy Pokemons. Oh wait, what's? That's Mortal Kombat. That's not Pokemon. But anyway, big thing that eases my worries about this game immediately. Pokemon also appear outside the wild zones, which means you're not restricted to just catching Pokemon in the wild zones. Which means you have more an actual incentive to explore the city, and not just go from wild zone to wild zone. I was really worried that the rest of the city would have no purpose. But this immediately just like, oh, there's Pokemon in the wild zone, outside of the wild zone, so at least you can at least like explore the nooks and crannies, like looking for like Pokemon that might not spawn outside of them. So like, I think that was a good decision because like it's like if you were just restricted to just certain areas where you can catch Pokemon, I think the game would get too dull too fast.
Some of them can even be found on rooftops.
We have
People and
Steelix,
Pokemon live easygoing
Hello,
lives
Chuck.
in Lumio City. But when night falls,
and also heal.
the city's aura transforms. Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament, the ZA Royale.
And this is actually
Trainers await.
basically what they're doing here. They're basically separating the two traditional sides of Pokemon. You have like catching wild Pokemon during the day and trainer battles at night. That's what they're doing.
In battle zones.
And I'm not sure, but do the wild zones become like battle zones at night, or the battle zones separate locations? I think they're separate locations. I'm not sure, but it feels like they're separate locations. I can't really tell though.
If you're spotted, they'll challenge
But
you.
this shot makes it feel like maybe they are the same. Like just to turn the battle zones at night. And you can, and also yeah.
Strike
And also this.
before being seen, and you'll land a surprise attack.
You can ambush another trainer's Pokemon. Like, maybe say this thing then.
Due to battle.
You can ambush.
Strike
And also, on the UI, and also something on the UI. There's your Pokemon. There's the moves. I know the 3 wins, about points, money, minimap. You can see how many Pokemon you can see how many Pokemon a trainer has before you engage. And it seems the safe city does. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like they turn into like arenas. And I think it's actually a good way. It's like. And also this,
before being seen,
you can ambush
you'll land
them.
a surprise attack.
You can ambush the trainers. But that also makes me wonder. You could probably ambush wild Pokemon, and also wild Pokemon could probably also ambush you, because I'm pretty sure like that's not just like a trainer battle thing. I'm pretty sure like there's a full-on ambush mechanic in this game.
During battle,
And also-
using a super effective move at the right
And also,
moment
did you notice that? Did you notice that right there?
is land a surprise.
No, not that.
And
That's
during battles, using a super effective move at the right moment is key.
like. You can use traditional two-turn moves like dig and supposedly fly, and bounce as like to dodge. That's actually a really That's a really smart implementation of how to implement those moves in like a real time battle system. Like, oh, just turn it into a dance. I also Mega Evolution.
Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can power up.
Still not sure how Mega Evolution works. We have a Beetle that seems to be training, and also the Pokemon's moves seem to have power. We still don't. They're still being really, really cagey about how Mega Evolution actually works in this game. I don't know.
You'll start at rank Z.
And also,
Your way up to rank A.
suddenly the title makes a lot more sense. Suddenly the title, they also, the animation, the Pokemon and the trainers actually look a lot more lively in this game. But I'm happy they've actually addressed those complaints. Because both Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet could feel dead at times because Pokemon and people just did not animate at points. But now suddenly the title makes a lot more like you're climbing up the lakes, probably like from Z to A. The title makes a lot more sense now.
Trainers
And also,
to the top are set.
I'm going to reach ranking a boss offer a transit and ship taxis. Sure, dude.
To have a wish granted.
Wish, because that's totally not shady.
Day and night are two sides to Lumio City. It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered.
The Zygold.
You find on your
I actually also kind of like that they're being really secretive about the actual plot. Like they're being really secretive about the actual plot, which means we might ZA might actually have a decent story, unless they drop the ball. It's Game Freak, so I'm not going to hold my breath on ZA's writing until we actually see it's actually out and we see what the story is like when we see what the story is like for ourselves. Cause I'll admit it's still times when Game Freak's writing in general is not the best. They've improved some in the games, but it's still not as great. But it's still not really great at sometimes. I just want Zia to have at least a fun story. At least the story be enjoyable. I'm not playing Pokemon for the story, but at least I want it to be enjoyable. And actually have feel. I doubt that. I doubt they would do that. Because that would kind of devalue Kalos and its characters. But I just want the ZA story to be at least be fun and enjoyable in its own way, and not drop the ball. It's Pokemon. It doesn't really need a complex story. I just something like the game itself is actually actually good.
Pokemon Legends CA.
And also, no release date. We just get late 2025.
This year.
In Lumio City, where the game is set, the aura transforms between day and night. It seems there are even more secrets to uncover. Please be on the lookout for more information in the future. Next, please take a look at this.
And also, an announcement that probably has a lot of people.
Hello there. The game you're about to see.
Like, you can probably tell what this is immediately.
Epic story. But what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games.
You can probably tell what this is immediately.
You want to see? Just press the button to jump through the ring.
If you haven't figured out what this is by now, I'm gonna review basically what.
It sounds easy.
Yeah, Rhythm Heaven! A new Rhythm Heaven game! What was the last one of these?
Time to a rhythm.
What was the last one of these? I'm legitimately curious. Wait, seriously, when was the last one of these? I guess I think it was like several years ago.
Do almost anything, but you will need to do it in rhythm. With practice, you might even be able to play it with your eyes.
Hopefully the music is good because it's a rhythm game. But I've heard of Rhythm Heaven and never played it. I have never played these games.
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series,
Like, I'm surprised they're even making a new Rhythm Heaven.
Heaven Groove.
I'm surprised they're even making a new Rhythm Heaven. We're not gonna get to next year.
That
This is
was
shit.
Rhythm Heaven Groove, a brand new
Ooh, 10 years.
Heaven series.
What's with Nintendo and bringing back franchises everyone? What's with Nintendo and bringing back franchises everyone thought was dead lately? I have something I've done. First Mario and Luigi, now Rhythm Heaven. That's something we're doing a lot lately, and I'm all for. I also Nintendo, please, Nintendo. As long as you're reviving old franchises, can we get a new custom Robo? Please. I want a new custom Robo so badly. Please.
What kinds of rhythms do you think you'll hear? Well, we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, we have news about the use of
Oh, and also
games
this.
on your system.
Oh, somebody we're going to go over a piece of Mario. Well, which one was that? Was that get it to get no shake it, move it, move it or shake it.
Nintendo Switch system, and
Also, we have this.
Zelda game in this one. Freely
This
insert the
is-
games you have on hand into any system you want.
I don't know what to make of
But
this.
what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards?
I don't know what to make of this. Actually,
Introducing the virtual game card.
Mike.
In the future,
Okay, what this is basically, I have a lot of questions about this. Basically, there's a new feature they're adding to the Switch that's likely also going to be a feature on the Switch too. Well, I'll let him explain it.
game cards can be used for digital games. When purchasing the digital version of the game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title.
So it's like, I don't know what to make of this actually. It feels like trying to transfer to this thing to play on it, I don't know, out that yeah, it's fake. It's like, let me try to think. It's emulating a physical a physical cartridge that you can like that acts like and the system will act like the card is in the system even though it's a digital game. I think my biggest concern is I hope that this is not the only way we can transfer games from Switch 1 to 2. I hope that they offer some other way to transfer games from Switch 1 to 2 other than this virtual game card thing. Like, I want to be able to just take the SD card out of my existing Switch, plug it into the Switch 2, and just have my entire library of digital games just right there. So if they make it so that this virtual game card thing is the only way I can transfer games over, then I'm just going to keep my original Switch. Because I want to keep my library. Like, Switch 2 would have to have something really enticing for me to buy it if I can't just transfer all my games over. Like, it needs to be like, Switch 2 needs to have like a clean way to transfer all your existing games over for people like me to buy it. Because I don't want to drop like whatever how much money the Switch 2 is going to be, only to not be able to play my library I already have on the Switch 1. Like digital library. Physical games, not gonna be a problem because those are backwards compatible. Digital games, I'm kind of a bit iffy on. Because I have just as much digital games as physical, and I want to. Also, I just realized another benefit that's probably that you could. Another thing, but I do see the benefits of this. One benefit is of this virtual game code thing is that you can use that. You don't have to transfer all your digital games over. You can pick and choose what digital games you want to have like on your on the Switch 2. So that way you're saving space. It's like, oh, I'm only going to have the games I'm actually going to actively play digitally on the Switch 2 in the form of virtual game cards and just leave the rest of my old system. But F-Zero needs a revival. F-Zero really desperately needs a revival. It's been so long since the last one. You know, at this point...
games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen.
Yeah, F-Zero and also Chibi Robo. Does anyone remember Chibi Robo? I've only heard of it vaguely. And Chibi Robo was another one.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
And also, yeah, I'm just gonna see. Yeah, I've only heard of Chibi Robo. I'm gonna just skip ahead from this.
Game cards to your Nintendo account.
And also another thing, right? As well, Geist. I've seen Geist played. It looks like really janky.
To two systems.
And here's what I mean. Here's what I mean when I said sets like from what they're showing here, it looks like you could use like virtual game charts to game card. But yeah, but by the time I said the presentation. From what they're showing here, it looks like Kid Rex's close to how long. Yep. Uprising was like a decade ago at this point. I feel old. Anyway, back to what they're showing here. With what they're showing here, you can see about it before because what they're showing here, it honestly looks like virtual game codes will allow you to pick and choose what digital games to transfer over to your Switch 2. Which, if it actually looks like this, it's probably going to be really helpful. It's like, oh, you could just easily transfer like games back and forth between systems and use that to like save storage space. Like you can only have the games you actually want on your Switch 2 and keep, and so you're not like jamming everything into like everything into internal storage or a small SD card. But people who have really small like SD cards that are not going to fit everything.
Local communication with your second system is required, but only the first time.
So I'm wondering how this is gonna work. Here's the thing: it's Nintendo. And the rolling out of kind of experimental feature like they always do. I'm worried that they're going to botch the execution on it. It's a good idea, but I'm worried they're going to botch the execution on this. Because it's Nintendo, you don't know what they're going to do. But this is legitimately a good idea because before, do you remember the Wii U era? Or like this, and like how cumbersome it was to like transfer over? Before, you literally had to had to transfer the entire everything that was on the system to a new system, and it was really annoying and cumbersome to use. And this actually looks more streamlined and convenient and useful to use. That's probably what they were thinking. It's like, how can we make the transfer process like not as cumbersome? That's probably what they were thinking.
You can also lend lend out virtual
And also
game cards
this.
to your Nintendo account
You can
and
win,
your
basically
members.
win out games.
Connect to your family group member system.
I'm gonna-
via
I'm gonna
mobile
think it out to
wireless
speak for
when you
itself.
want to lend a game. Choose the title you're lending and who you're lending it to.
Basically, you can win out games.
And you're done. They can now play on their own system.
And also, I am betting this is going to be a Switch or the Switch
To
too.
a particular person. Games can be lent out
But they have to
for 2
wo-
weeks, after
like-
which they
I just like, I think they'll roll this out now so they can actually have like. This is obviously going to be a Switch 2 feature, but they have to roll it out now for people to actually be able to like use it to transfer stuff over.
will automatically return to you. Making digital games even easier to use. Virtual Game Card.
The virtual game card feature
Yeah. But basically, let me just scroll through what the sizzle wheel to see if there's anything I care about. Let's see. High on Life, Don't Kill, Star Overdrive. The Wandering Villains. I've seen that game. I've seen that game. King of Meat. Rules are good. Yeah, there's nothing that I care about. I just gonna skip ahead. Thank you for warning me about DMCA. DMCA though. Actually, let me read the stream real quick. And also there, let me just go through. This is real like, Tired Wife. This game is weird, but I have no interest in it because I've seen clips of it. It's hi Domo, we're discussing the Nintendo Direct. Like what is High on Life? I've seen it. It really is messed up. Like, but honestly, I've seen High on Life, and the sense of humor just no. It's just no. It's just no. Like, this is too weird even for me. Like, I know that's the point, but that's too... Stop. What is... I don't know what... Okay, I don't know. It's very... This is very Hyper Life Drifter. Oh, the Wandering... This is a cool... If you don't know what the concept of the Wandering Village is, you basically... You know, you can make... Yeah, that's... I hate games like that, by the way. It's like, haha, we can make crude jokes. Wandering, I've heard of this game and I want to play it because I love its concept. Like, your entire settlement is like on the back of this like giant quetzal that you have to take care of. And I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's really good. I also get King of just I don't know like Shoodle. Like I'm done with Kong and go to things, but how am I supposed? Yeah. And it's also grading. It's good if you like city builders. Yeah, if you like city builders, you will probably love the Wandering Village. Yeah, Deadpool. That was the impression I also got from like High on Life. It's just like it just whales itself thin too quickly, and it's annoying. And it's just like, and I was just watching a stream of it, and I was already screaming, and I was mentally screaming, "Please shut up!" Because it wasn't funny. It's one of those games that thinks it's the funniest thing ever written, but every single joke doesn't land, and it has so much unknown confidence in itself that it comes off as irritating. And rules were good. I say this is a platformer. I don't know actually know it. Ah, hold on. We have a bot. I got it. Ah, stupid bots. Oh, House of Fantasy Life too. Oh, Fantasy Life. Basically, like. Sometimes I talk about it's cool, the bug and stuff, it's like, yeah, exactly. Again, underconfidence. Like, Fantasy Life. I hope this is good for Fantasy Life fans. I can over.
Uncover history once.
Now we have Saga Frontier, Saga 2, like Saga 2, Saga Frontier 2.
Switch. Meet Gustav, the royal heir, and
I do not know shit about Saga. I do not know shit about Saga.
the explorer. Two heroes whose fates and legacies
I do not know
will
shit about this
intertwine
franchise.
across generations in this epic RPG.
I do not know shit about Saga.
Experience the
I do
original
not know anything about this
along with
franchise.
brand new events that expand the vibrant world of Sondale.
What is this franchise? Yeah, I think it's like, it's one of Square's like more obscure franchises.
And transfer stats to allies through the parameter inheritance system. After finishing the main story, you can test your mettle and might against even more powerful bosses. What history
Yeah, this is, you can tell this is like a really old like 90s RPG.
Saga Frontier 2
You can tell.
Remastered launches on Nintendo Switch later
It's like Saga of the Sega. I think it's pronounced Saga.
monumental adventures await.
So,
Embark
what is Saga? I don't. Puzzle
peaceful
game.
journeys
Monument
across
Valley.
this series of beautiful puzzle games. Wander through isometric worlds filled with stunning.
Anyway, it's like, I don't know what Saga is, but I have no. I think it's like one of Squirrel's like more like obscure IPs.
landscapes to manipulate.
Yeah, Monument Valley.
Optical illusions to discover and mystifying secrets to unfold. In Monument Valley, lead the
Oh, yeah,
Saga
this game.
Princess Ida in her
It's
quest for
this puzzle
forgiveness
game.
while outsmarting the enigmatic crow people.
Like, this actually seems like a really unique puzzle game.
In Monument Valley 2. Guide Row in her
This gives you
adventures
Fez.
to
This gives me.
as she and her child unlock the secrets of
This gives me Fez vibes. This actually gives me Fez vibes.
geometry. Both games contain all their additional chapters, add-ons, and DLC.
That's
The
good.
first two
And also we have Everybody's Golf. It's a golf game. Anime golf game. Anime!
entry in the Everybody's Golf series is driving on
Yeah, that's nice. It's a golf game. Marvel Comic Invasion. Okay, so open some. You guys want to open some. You guys want to open some packs. And also, yeah, this is a golf game. I'm going to mute this just in case, because this is Marvel beat 'em up. Did you already? Yeah, they did. They did. But it's not. It's a different golf game. I'm muting it again just in case this is also DMCA because it's Marvel. I don't want to take any chances. But it's basically like a beat up.
and swap between your team of two.
Yeah, a Marvel beat 'em up I would play, as long as it's good. I see Spidey, I see Storm, I see Captain America, I see Wolf. Those are very diverse. Oh, Moon Knight. Those are one of like, yeah, that was Swindle's Revenge. That was Swindle's Revenge. I really hope this is good because I would love like a good Marvel beat 'em up.
Launches on the Nintendo Switch system this holiday.
I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I hope that's really good. I hope that's good.
That was Marvel Cosmic Invasion, where you'll battle as a tag team of different superheroes.
Moon Knight. What the bullshit?
Take a look.
I love that meme. I love that meme. And also this. So ending off with something I was not expecting. You can probably already tell what this is.
So refreshing.
You probably already tell what this is. You probably. Yep, it's Tomodachi Life. It's Tomodachi Life. Yep. It's a new Tomodachi Life. And also we have this.
Did you
It's-
want to talk?
It's different from Animal Crossing. Also, that's already a meme. That shot right there is already a meme.
Glad that was only a dream.
Now that was Tomodachi Life.
And all the Giantess kicks and walks.
In over 10 years. In the trailer, we saw Mii characters living on an island out at sea.
And also Doba.
What kinds of interactions do you think they'll have? We hope you're looking forward to it.
And the last announcement was basically a phone app for Nintendo News. I'm gonna go back. Like he started with going in order like Dragon Quest. I'm sure a lot of people are happy about Dragon Quest, but I would. What I'm like also Shadow Web is like this
Consume darkness.
I didn't see the beginning. Yeah, I'll just give you the like this is Dragon Quest. Dragon Test 1 and 2.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
This 4.0 was that a new character?
We'll
I missed
be providing
that.
information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games. We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd. So please tune in for that as well.
I'm not gonna watch the entire thing again, but I will show you. But I will show you like the biggest announcements.
From Square Enix. Another character appeared at the end. What kind of adventure awaits? We hope you're excited.
This looks
for more information.
like this is. I can tell this like a TOG.
Okay.
Isn't Dragon Quest 2 like infamous for being like really hard?
Escape from dire straits.
But yeah, AI and stuff. Yeah, no. Well, AI and stuff. I was like not expecting this. I'm Hideki chooses dead hard. I'm not familiar with Dragon Quest. No, I can't believe that's the name. That name though.
In the eye, the Somnium Files.
It's from the same. It's from the same creator.
You are Konami Date,
It's from the same
a
creator. I am not familiar with Zero's game other than it gets really trippy.
embedded in his left eye. Your
I don't know
mission
why
is
they're
to
making
find
another
out
AI
who's
Somnium.
been
Another
trapped in
Somnium
this
Files
mysterious
game.
escape game.
I don't know why they're making another one of these.
Iris's whereabouts. Dive into a subject's dreams to reveal
Like,
clues hidden
what's
deep
the
within
appeal
their
of this?
psyche.
Is it just like to see
Mind-bending puzzles
real,
in an explorable
real
environment.
what insane things like the story goes to?
Closer to the truth.
Oh yeah, it is the appeal. Like just going seeing what insanity the writer has just come up with this time.
No sleep for Konami Date from I. The
Combination of puzzles
Somnium
with
Files launches on the Nintendo Switch system.
gave me a
July
character hit.
25th. Unleash
And also,
supernatural.
the game that made Deadpool squeak, but they made Deadpool like jump off the walls. A remake of what was the I'm not interested in Zero Escape anyway. We have
Classic action RPG returns with
what was the name of the original name? What was the original title of this game? Was it like Rhino?
Set in the capital
Rhino
city
something?
in the year Taisho 20. Rhino Kusanova
Basically,
makes his living
a
as
full remake of a
detective,
very obscure SMT
but
spin-off.
unbeknownst to others,
Like an
he also
extremely
fights
obscure
alongside
SMT
demons
spin-off.
As a devil summoner. To protect the capital, Rhino must investigate a series of supernatural cases. Fight in real-time battles alongside demons you summon.
Final Commission versus the Soulless Army.
To strike an enemy's weak
And the subtitle for this is Mystery of the Soulless Army.
Cooperation is the key to victory. You can even turn opposing demons.
I'm wondering how close is this to like to how the original game worked? I'm gonna have to look it up now. Like how close is this to the actual original game? Because I can tell it's been upscaled and the cutscenes and animations have been redone.
As he uncovers a conspiracy that will shake
95% to 100, yeah. Like it's been, like I could tell, like it's a remake, but I could tell it's been like HD upscaled, and also they've also redone like the character models and the animations. But you could tell it was used to be a PS2 game.
Switch, June 19. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
And also we have,
Darkness.
I have no words to describe this one.
With your memories.
Dodoma, you're not gonna believe what this is.
summoned to a strange
You're not gonna believe this is what this is. Like,
where you're greeted by a
what do you even? How do I even describe this?
But who is this spherical stranger? Moored in a mysterious, maze-like world, your battle...
Maze-like world, Pac-Man reference.
As Puck guides you on your journey, you'll delve deeper into the expansive world.
Honestly, how would I even? This is one of those games that's gonna be like difficult to like describe to people if you just tell them about what it is.
But tread lightly. The creatures inhabiting this world
Like how?
will prove hostile.
I have
When
no
facing
words.
opposing enemies, you and Puck can temporarily fuse into the Gaia form to unleash powerful attacks.
I am literally
By
do
consuming
not know how to describe how to
resources
like
that can then be
describe
used
this
to
game.
enhance your abilities.
I literally do not know how to describe this. Pac-Man. That's actually a good way to put it. Pac-Man.
Enemies to survive.
So Doma, it's edgy Pac-Man. It's an edgy Pac-Man roguelike. It's an edgy Pac-Man roguelike based on a short film created for a series known as Next Level on Amazon Prime. This was supposed to be the Pac-Man episode. And they decided to go the extra mile and not just make this into a short film, but make it into like an actual game. For some reason, what were they smoking in that conference room when they came up with this idea? And why does this game actually look good? That's what baffles me the most. This game actually looks good. Like it has a unique mechanic. It has a unique way to traverse the world. The Pac-Man elements don't fit naturally into the gameplay and don't feel forced. How does this really bizarre concept actually look like it's gonna be good?
This cruel world.
This feels like something that should not work, but it somehow is.
Labyrinth launches on Nintendo Switch, July 18th.
It's wild because like the concept, like the tones of like. I might play this on a moment of curiosity just to see like. Most important, don't hurt with arcade pals. They have a bunch of wizards in the basement, just conjuring up the most insane game ideas that may or may not work. But if one actually lands, it really lands. Like, how do you come up with this stuff?
The rhythmic march
And also, Patapon!
Remasters of Patapon and
Patapon 1 and 2 getting remasters.
Switch adds one bundle.
I really want to play this.
Play your drum to
I've heard about Patapon, but I didn't want to show up for PSP. But I'm so happy. I'm really happy we're actually getting this because I want. This looks so charming. Yeah, this looks so charming and goofy. Like Joma, for context, this was originally a PSP game that's getting a remaster. Like, and also, it's really funny because Patapon is actually has like a spiritual successor that's been in development for a while that I think is coming out soon. So, and then they showed up in Astrobot. Yeah, they showed up in Astrobot. This is actually getting a spiritual successor. I bet the developers of that spiritual successor saw this announcement and are both really happy and are screaming, fuck, because the game they're making a spiritual successor to because they thought it was pretty much dead is actually coming back on modern consoles. And I'm hoping those devs can actually have made a game that can stand apart from Patapon on its own. Because Patapon being available on modern systems could easily sink the game if it doesn't have its own identity. If it does not have its own identity outside of it's a spiritual successor to this game that we thought was dead now.
To take on hordes of fierce foes. Plus,
And also,
have been added, so you can advance to the beat of your own.
when I play this, I might use the always show commands feature because I'm horrible at rhythm games, and that's going to help me a lot.
2 Replay launches on Nintendo Switch, July 11th. Welcome to.
And also, yeah, we have Story of Seasons, but it's Story of Seasons. It's a farming sim. And also Doma. We finally have more information on Metroid Prime 4 after so long. We already have Root Factory looks more interesting. Root Factory honestly looks more interesting. So yeah, we finally have more information on Metroid Prime 4. I'm just gonna let you. Like, look at this.
This is the unknown planet Euros.
I have confidence that this game is going to be good. I have so much confidence that this game is going to be good.
In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Yeah, Metroid fans are like really excited and nervous about this game because it's been so long since the last Metroid Prime.
She's not alone.
I mean,
Abhorrent.
Metroid Dread
Living in the
put Metroid back on good footing. Now they just have to now Metroid Prime 4 really now they just really don't now they really do not now the process on for Metroid Prime 4 to not drop the ball. That's the thing. It's like Metroid Prime 4 needs to not drop the ball because after Metroid Dread finally put Metroid on good footing again. So I'm hoping that this game is good. It doesn't drop the ball in any way.
She explores the planet.
And also, Samus is an Espo now. They gave Samus psychic powers.
Psychic abilities.
Samus has psychic powers now.
These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms and open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams with the power of
Yep.
love.
This.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
See, Samus is now a steel psychic. Samus is now a steel psychic type. But we're not sure yet. We are not sure that that's probably not going to be answered until the game is actually out. Yeah, Cyrax does show up. Cyrax has been Doma. If you haven't, for context, Cyrax has been teased as the main villain of this game. He was teased in the first trailer, and as pretty much the main villain of this game. Like not the first trailer. I mean the first actual proper like gameplay teaser we got for Metroid Prime 4. Well, he was teased. His bio, from what I know, Cyrax is like a guy who has a massive grudge on the Galactic Federation for some reason, and hopefully this game explains why. And I hope Cyrax is actually a good villain. He's probably not going to be as good as Ravenbeak was, but I hope he's a good villain. Because let's be honest, it's going to be really, really hard to top Ravenbeak as a villain. Ravenbeak is literally, I think Ravenbeak is by far, he doesn't have much screen time, but I by far think Ravenbeak is one of Nintendo's best villains. Just because of how intimidating he is, and how much he uses the few moments of screen time he has to make sure that you remember him. I have no idea. And also this game reminds me of Metroid Prime 2, this Trojan Blood thing. The Metroid Tribite is weird. But this game does look pretty.
And what will be her fate?
Metroid.
Summoned to View
Let's get time all the plot levels. Yep, that's basically Ravenbeak in a nutshell.
New tale.
Very little screen time, but boy does he make the most of it. And also new suit. She's wed.
Well, it looks like even more challenges await Samus. We hope you're looking forward to exploring with Samus's new psychic abilities. Okay, Let's move on to some more
See,
headlines.
Spider-Woman should move 3 times faster.
Ready to stir up some mischief?
Man, this is basically.
Once upon a time, there was a drab coffee
Yeah, this is
shop
basically.
that
But Deadpool said to make the joke, but this is basically like coffee talk with
As
Disney
the
villains.
Potionista of the Cursed Cafe, you'll craft concoctions
Yeah, this is basically
for
coffee
Disney
talk with Disney villains.
and get to know them in a new light. Mix ingredients to brew all sorts of strange elixirs. Then serve them to your villainous visitors, including Ursula and Gaston. With help from Yzma,
And
you can
of course, Yzma's the new assistant, because that just fits. That fits so well.
influence each customer's storylines.
Coffee talk at home.
Different outcomes every time you play.
Coffee, yeah, Jafar, that fits Jafar.
Happen. Disney villains.
Gaston be. Hi, virtual. Gaston being in like being like, well, just. You see, so I kept the hook with good. Yeah, well, I'm fine. Like, we're actually to Nintendo Direct.
Cursed Cafe launches on Nintendo Switch later today. Summon a
Oh, this is the game I'm actually kind of interested in because it was outstanding. Like, this has Ghibli vibes. Like, this has very much Ghibli vibes, and I kind of love it.
where students strive to master the magical arts. During class, use magic circles to perform rituals.
The best way I can describe this is basically Stardew Valley.
Techniques to go from witch in training to skilled spellcaster.
The best way I can describe this is basically Stardew Valley, but you want a magic skull. That's basically what the best way I can describe this, and it looks really cute.
Hang out
And
with
again,
friends at their
like
homes.
Studio Ghibli vibes.
Take on various jobs to help pay for tuition.
I love the detail on
Or
these
use the
backgrounds.
spells you've learned to craft and sell original
Like, this is
items.
proof that pixel art can look
Plus,
really
up to
good.
4 players can make magic
Like,
together in online
pixel art can
co-op.
look amazing if you just put the time and dedication
Explore
into
this whimsical world on the road to
it.
graduation and beyond. Are you ready for a spellbinding journey? Enrollment begins when Witchbrook flies onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Which book?
Action, adventure, and arcade games await.
Abe's got always has been.
Fantastical mission to eliminate the
And also this game,
In this hand-drawn
someone actually-
adventure, you'll explore an expansive archipelago.
basically, someone took like, I'm a pixel 18,000 so many. Yep, I hope a Devil Dice too. Basically, this game. It's talking about someone took inspiration from Cuphead and made a game in that style that's a platformer. And it looks gorgeous. Like, look at this game in motion. Like, look at this.
Trusty cane with magical parts. Then use its
This is
abilities to
so-
find your own path through the
These
enchanted
backgrounds
world.
are so
Can you
pretty.
uncover the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out.
This
when the eternal
looks
life of
really
Pokemon
nice to
launches on
look at.
Nintendo Switch
It's like
this
a-
holiday. Celebrate the 40th anniversary of Gradius with a
Yep, now and also Gradius.
arcade shoot-'em-up
Basically,
games from
we have a
across
bunch
the
of
series.
Gradius games in a collection, plus a new one.
Light Force. Gradius
I am not into Smurfs, but I'm pretty sure Smurf fans are happy about this.
and Salamander 2. Some titles come with multiple versions.
And also, this is
including
cool.
Ones from different regions.
And also, this collection will come with basically versions of each game from like separate regions, which is really cool.
And launch years.
Like, I would say if you're an arcade buff, that this collection is for you. If this is a collection full arcade buffs, who want to play those like old arcade games.
Plus, take the helm in a brand new entry, Salamander 3. Gradius Origins.
Like, this feels like it was made like
System
full
August
arcade
2nd.
buffs.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Battle to the beat.
And also we have Whip to the Deco Dancer,
Press the
which is basically the spin-off rhythm game from Whip to the Deco Dancer. I have this.
Cadence going with
I've had no interest in this, even though I played Crypto the Necrodancer. Because I'm not into Limo games. In fact, I actually suck at Crypto the Necrodancer. Yeah, and also, music packs for like Celeste and Pizza Tower. For Celeste and Pizza Tower.
Let's see what's in store.
And also, Tamagotchi. I have nothing to say about this one. Let me actually.
There are stores galore. Design glasses at the eyewear shop. Polish pearly whites solo or with a friend at the dentist. And arrange plates at the afternoon tea shop. 12 wonderful stores need your help. Provide good customer service to get high ratings.
Like, I have no idea. Oh, sorry, that's how the video says that the joint flames the tournament. Oh, nice. Yeah, I did know, you know. About yeah, Deadpool. You can post that in the Discord if you want to. Like in like video showing. Oh like whatever I call. Oh like the screening room. I call it screening room. Forgot it what I call my own channels. Yeah, I didn't know this was even a thing.
Classic Tamagotchi. Business is sure to be booming. Get ready to set up shop when Tamagotchi Plaza launches on Nintendo.
I didn't even know Tamagotchi. This is still. I saw that. That was my reaction. Like I looked at it, like this was still a thing. Oh yeah, Pokemon. Finally, have more information. So we basically got the two big things I wanted out of this direct. Finally, more concrete information on Pokemon, and finally more concrete information on both Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon Legends ZA. We finally know what kind of game Pokemon Legends ZA is actually going to be. So let the trailer speak for itself. Tamagotchi has like 30 years of existence, but yeah, it's a long-running franchise.
Welcome to Pokemon Legends ZA.
I'm surprised this was in the direct at all. Because Pokemon usually does their own few presentations. And also, you probably already noticed.
ZA, a new title in the Pokemon series.
Look at how much more explicit the Pokemon are in this game. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Doma. I don't blame you. This already does look miles better than Scarlet and Violet, though. Like. This already looks like night and day a lot better than Scarlet and Violet. I like Scarlet and Violet, but I will admit it has a lot of feelings. It is obviously worst. I like Scarlet and Violet maybe because of the story. Because I honestly think Scarlet and Violet actually has a pretty decent story. It's just that the actual gameplay feels like a step down from Sword and Shield, and the open world is kind of barren. Like the actual gameplay of Scarlet and Violet holds it back, even though the story is actually pretty good, which is a massive shame. And it's kind of frustrating that Pokemon is like you don't get the gameplay right. With Pokemon it's the gameplay is like fun and engaging. Or the story is really good, and they can't just seem to get both right. And it's really frustrating. It's kind of like, can we just please have a Pokemon game that just, both the gameplay and the story are actually good? Like, please. It's so frustrating as a Pokemon fan. It's kind of like, can we please stock off this type of, what game will we have one game where the gameplay is really good, but the story is kind of lacking. And one game where the story is really good, but the gameplay is lacking or feels like a half-baked mess. It's so annoying to deal with as a Pokemon fan. It's like, please just. I am hoping Legends ZA is the game that breaks that cycle. Please, let Legends ZA be the game that finally breaks that cycle. And not be a one-off. Because I want the main series to Because once it's expected to be a side series, I want the main series to also like finally break that cycle. And I hope to God Game Freak actually is actually allowed to take as much time as they need to make Gen 10 isn't a to make sure Gen 10 isn't to make Gen 10, because I don't. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, here's the Scarlet and Violet. The story was good. The story was actually good. It's just went down by how barren the open world is, and how the gameplay itself is a massive step down from Sword and Shield. Which is, again, is frustrating. Like, if Pokemon can't break out of this cycle soon, people are going to get frustrated with the franchise and just leave it completely. Anyway, enough talking about that. Let's just focus on like the actual Pokemon game being presented.
A company named Quasartico Inc. is carrying out an urban redevelopment plan. Here, we'll get a glimpse into the lives of...
I'm just gonna focus on the actual Pokemon game that's actually being presented, and not talk about like anything else.
The Pokemon and people of Lumio City.
And also you have an SB. Yeah, you're looking at it. This already looks a lot better than Scarlet and Violet. Like, the visuals look a lot better, and the animations look a lot better.
These areas are special environments where wild Pokemon can live comfortably.
And also, they've actually done like little tricks to actually hide the kind of muddy textures better. Like this game has actual shading, unlike Scarlet and Violet, unlike Scarlet and Violet, which had absolutely no shading, and the textures look really ugly as a result. I'm gonna stop now. I really care about Pokemon.
You can catch Pokemon here.
Well, you can tell, just compare this game to Scarlet and Violet, and you can tell and you can immediately tell just how much of a difference just a little bit of shading, like actual proper shading on the environment and objects, just makes a difference into how much better this game looks. Like, you can see, you can actually see little grays on the it actually it doesn't look as bad as Scarlet and Violet because they actually went in and applied a bits of shading here and there.
But they might be hostile. If you sense trouble, get to safety. There are Pokemon that live outside wild.
And also, yeah, you can find Pokemon outside the wild zone just as good.
Some of them can even be found on rooftops.
And also, Steelix actually has a matte metal texture, which looks decent. And also this. And also this. Quickly explaining, what they're doing is basically they'll separate into the two halves of your traditional Pokemon. You go out and find the catch Pokemon during the day, and then battle at night. And I'm assuming you're going to go back and forth. And I'm assuming that you can choose to go back and forth between day and night whenever you want. I'm assuming. My God, this is...
Trainers await in battle zones.
Yeah, we just do the battle. You've been... Hey, look. Everything's just so much more expressive. Everything's just so much more expressive. There's that sarcasm. But you're already noticing, look at this. This is a way, look at his face. His face is just I really have to do this. Really, just... the Pokemon and the actual trainers look so much more expressive than they were before.
During battles, using a
Yeah,
super effective
you can ambush it. You can ambush the train. You can ambush it. You can ambush Pokemon. And I'm assuming that you could that you can also ambush wild Pokemon and wild Pokemon. I'm assuming that you can also be ambushed. You can be the one that makes eye contact with a train. Be a trainer that makes eye contact in this game.
at the right moment.
And also, two-turn moves can be used to dodge, which is a smart way to implement them.
And with Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can
Mega Evolution. We have still not sure how Mega Evolution actually works.
You'll start at rank Z.
Still not sure how that
Work
actually
your way
works.
up to rank A.
And also, the title actually makes more sense. You can actually read the title as Z2A because you're rising up for the ranks of this tournament. So the title makes suddenly makes a lot more sense.
Trainers who reach the top.
BTK
Some wish granted.
Let's move to Megas. Yeah. So far, they've always showed pre-existing Megas. But I'm sure there's going to be new Megas in this game. I think the Startle Trio is going to get Megas. I think the Kalos Trio is also going to get Megas. If they do the same thing Gen 6 did and let you pick between a Nerdle Startle Trio, I think their final forms will also be getting Megas. If ZA does the same thing, does the same thing Gen 6 did.
Day and night are two sides to Lumio City.
Yeah, that's what I just said. They're probably gonna give like the Kalos those Megas as to make up for them not getting Megas in the home game.
It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered.
The Zygon.
What will you find on your adventure? Pokemon Legends ZA launches on Nintendo Switch later this year.
In Lumio City, where the game is set, the aura transforms between day and night. It seems there are even more secrets to uncover. Please be on the lookout for more information in the future. Next, please take a look at this.
Hello there.
And also,
The game you're about to see.
you're probably gonna be recognize what this is immediately.
But what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games.
Probably gonna recognize what this is immediately. It's an A to the. Wait, we don't know at this point. Like, we don't know at this point. They've kept ZA's story like swatted in secrecy, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep doing that. Also, you're probably gonna recognize what this is immediately.
It sounds easy. But the timing is super tricky.
Yeah, you're probably gonna.
Maybe
Try and guess what this is.
the rhythm.
Try and guess what this is. Before the trailer ends. Just try and guess. You probably, if you're familiar with this franchise, you'll probably already figure it out.
In this game, you might do almost anything, but you will need to do it in rhythm. With practice, you might even be able to play it with your eyes closed.
That's just gonna back to the music. Ah! Wait, yep, this is a new Whip of Heaven game. This is a brand new Whip of Heaven game.
Brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series. Rhythm Heaven Groove.
In 2020, and next year.
That was Rhythm Heaven Groove, a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series. It includes lots of music produced by renowned Japanese musicians.
This looks real. This might be a good like casual game to play when I'm stressed out.
Next, we have news about the use of digital games on your system. Please take a look.
And also this, I'm just gonna let this play for itself so you can actually like try and comprehend what this is.
With game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system and a Legend of Zelda game in this one, freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want. But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's
Because
what
I
we
don't know what to make of this.
Introducing the virtual game card. In
Yeah, this is
future,
what-
virtual game
So I have a question. What do you make of this?
cards can be used,
What do you make of? What do you even make of this?
but only the first time. To two systems.
Because from this, what they're showing here, it looks like you can. I'm wondering. What I'm hoping is that this is. What I'm really hoping is that this is not the only way to transfer games to Switch 2. Because I want to be able to just take out my SD card. We don't know yet. I think they implied that, like you can roll it out and it's considered like worn out. We don't really know yet. Like, what happens if there's like internet issues? Because they make it clear that you need internet connection to use like the warning feature. And they're supposed to come back to you after like 2 weeks have passed. So like, this is a cool idea, but they need to. I hope they don't botch the execution. Don't they? And also, I really hope this is not the only way to transfer Switch games to Switch 2. Because I want to be able to just take out my SD card, plug it into the Switch 2, and have my entire library be available. Like, get transfer. Like, how is this gonna work? Like, it's a cool idea, but it's Nintendo. They might botch the execution somewhat. And also, I can't believe, like, I still can't believe, like, the ended on Tamagotchi. Like, was it Tamagotchi Life like a 3DS game? Like a really nice 3DS game that was, like, really casual? Yeah. Oh no, I think this is an okay direct. There was a few things I'm happy was shown and we got qualification on, but this is obviously like games that they needed to show before the Switch 2 presentation next week. So yeah, what do you guys think of this direct? Me, because I think it was okay. Hey. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine, but they're obviously saving a lot for the big Nintendo Switch presentation. That's something a lot. Yeah, they're probably saving a lot for like the big Switch, for like the big Switch 2 presentation next week, which I'm hoping is good. They need to get on the Switch. Yeah, seeing Wandering Village and a whole bunch of other games. Seeing Patapon come novel. Seeing like a lot of like niche games that I'm sure people are really happy like getting a chance again. Like the biggest wins for this direct are like a lot of the niche games that are either getting remakes or remasters that are just coming over. The fans of those franchises are probably really happy. Anyway, I'm going to see you live and let's just find some of the weight. No. You know, we're going to raid you. See you guys tomorrow for. See you guys later on the next stream. Wade.